There is a lot of conjecture regarding Jim Bob Duggar's strict courtship rules for anyone who wants to date one of his daughters. Jim Bob carefully examines each man who expresses interest in one of his daughters, since the family's youngsters date with the goal of getting married. The men are expected to follow his regulations, even if he provides his assent. To her father's dismay, Austin Forsyth has now acknowledged that he and Joy violated several of the rules. Austin shared a small detail of his courting of Johanna early on in their relationship with his sister-in-law and brother-in-law. Since it went against the grain of his traditional family, this was something he had never experienced before. He was excited to give it a try because his family had a long-standing acquaintance with the Duggars, which had prepared him to follow their example. But as a result, he had to have a chaperone on every date he went on with Joy, which is when they started to break the rules. They were able to obtain someone on one time anytime they wanted to have a private conversation, even though it was strictly against the regulations. "We tell Justin to go sit in the truck," he initially said, before adding, "I'd be like, hey, we're going to talk. You ought to go over there, Justin, to wherever you are, or to the next room." Because their families had grown to appreciate and trust each other, Justin was prepared to follow Austin's plan. Fans seem to have valued the confirmation of the rule violations in this section of the podcast, which has been making the rounds on a well-known Duggar-related forum. I am not contending that they disregarded all regulations, but this appears to validate our belief that they engaged in more than just holding hands before getting married, the person in question said. One user said, "I'm glad Austin didn't bring this up until after Justin left the house. JB is probably calling Justin in a furious tone right now." In October 2024, Joy spoke on the Unplanned podcast and admitted that she had broken the rule against hand-holding and full hugs prior to engagement because Austin's truck was wrecked in a horrific accident that he could have died. The Duggar family has a long history of conservative ideals and a strong commitment to their religious views. They are well known for their reality TV shows 19 Kids and Counting On. Both fans and outsiders have praised and criticized the family's well-documented courtship norms, which are headed by Jim Bob Duggar. The foundation of the Duggar family's relationship philosophy has been these regulations, which are frequently centered on upholding purity prior to marriage and maintaining a highly regimented courtship process. Fans in the Duggar community were upset when Johanna Duggar and her husband, Austin Forsyth, reportedly acknowledged violating some of Jim Bob's courtship guidelines. The Duggar courtship rules are a way of life for the family, not just a set of restrictions. As the patriarch, Jim Bob Duggar has been outspoken about his views on the value of setting clear limits during courtship, frequently using the word dating to refer to interactions that could end in marriage. For the Duggar children, courtship usually entails a lot of family participation, including parental consent, little physical contact, and a focus on maintaining virginity before to marriage. Breaking the rules. Johanna and Austin's individual journey. Public scrutiny is nothing new to Johanna Duggar, the fifth daughter of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. Since they first courted, her relationship with Austin Forsyth, whom she married in 2017, has been closely watched. Their story appeared to many to be a standard Duggar courtship, rigid, regulated, and heavily involving family. Johanna and Austin soon made it clear, though, that their marriage was anything from traditional. When the pair disclosed that they had engaged in physical contact prior to marriage, a major Duggar courtship guideline, their connection sparked controversy. Public shows of affection are often frowned upon in Duggar culture, particularly prior to marriage. In actuality, hand-holding is only permitted until the pair has officially entered a courtship and is on the verge of engagement, and many Duggar courtships, including Johanna's siblings, are characterized by little physical contact. In a public interview, Johanna and Austin acknowledged that they had violated this rule by sharing private moments prior to their formal marriage. Given the Duggar family's emphasis on purity culture and tight rules about dating and relationships, many fans were taken aback by Johanna and Austin's confession. A contentious discussion concerning the Duggar family's morals and whether they were changing or just giving their kids more freedom than earlier generations was triggered by their revelation. The importance of violating courtship regulations. The Duggar family's long-standing relationship philosophy must be taken into account in order to completely comprehend the effects of Johanna and Austin violating Jim Bob's courtship norms. Jim Bob Duggar has always supported courting over dating, arguing that physical boundaries are essential to preserving purity and that a significant degree of parental supervision should be included in the wooing process. With the expectation that their children will marry young and remain virgins until their wedding day, the Duggar family has long been acknowledged for their traditional views on relationships. Courtship in the Duggar family is about upholding a strong moral code and a spiritual devotion to God, not merely about finding a mate. Before marriage, the wooing process is said to be a way to preserve the person's innocence and guard against temptation. Therefore, any departure from these guidelines, such as Johannah and Austin's early physical contact, is regarded as a departure from the Duggar family's customs and may be viewed as a contentious action in the neighborhood. Nonetheless, a change in the Duggar family's courtship philosophy is evident in Johannah and Austin's willingness to be more forthright about their relationship choices. Despite Jim Bob Duggar's unwavering belief in the significance of adhering to stringent courtship guidelines, it seems that his kids, especially Johannah, are figuring out how to get into relationships on their own. This change is noteworthy because it shows that the younger Duggar generation is becoming more eager to forge their own identities and make choices that might not conform to the strict standards set by their parents. The reaction of the Duggar family. The public's reaction to Johannah and Austin's decision to violate courtship norms has been divided, but Jim Bob Duggar has stayed largely silent about it. On the one hand, the Duggars may have decided to privately support their daughter's choices because they have always placed a strong emphasis on forgiveness and family. However, it is evident that Jim Bob continues to hold onto his conventional ideas about romance, which heightens the significance of Johannah and Austin's behavior. It's evident that the Duggar children's interactions, including courtship, have gotten more independent in recent years, even though the family may have secretly approved Johannah's decisions. For instance, Johannah's older sister Jill Duggar has also come under fire for deviating from some of the family's traditional beliefs, such as the family's rigid religious doctrine. The younger Duggar generation appears to be following suit, defying the family's norms and expectations in an effort to forge their own identities and negotiate relationships according to their own terms. The response of the public. There has been a wide range of responses from the public to Johannah and Austin's admission. The couple's openness and honesty about their relationship has been hailed by some Duggar family followers as a sign of the family's improvement. Some, on the other hand, have attacked them for departing from the traditional principles that the Duggar family has historically upheld. Johannah and Austin's choice to violate the courtship guidelines is a risky divergence from the Duggar family's principles for those who strictly adhere to their teachings. However, a lot of people have also said that they are relieved that Johannah and Austin are talking more openly about their love. Some fans think that Johannah's transparency could be a start toward greater freedom and self-expression for the next generation of Duggars, who have long been criticized for their strict standards and covert courtship practices. The future of Austin and Johannah together. It's evident that Johannah Duggar and Austin Forsyth's relationship is changing as they continue to construct their life together. In contrast to the family paradigm set by Jim Bob Duggar, they have created their own family dynamic and are parents to 2 children. They may have violated the conventions of courtship, but their faith and commitment to one another are unwavering. It will be intriguing to watch how Johannah and Austin handle their relationship in the spotlight going ahead. Will they eventually revert to the ideals they were brought up with, or will they keep deviating from the traditional Duggar norms? Whatever occurs, it's obvious that Johannah and Austin are leading the way in the Duggar family's changing views on relationships and courtship. In conclusion, the decision by Johannah Duggar and Austin Forsyth to violate Jim Bob's courtship rules has spurred a broader discussion about the values of the Duggar family and how they are changing over time. Even though the public has responded to their activities in a variety of ways, it is evident that they are on a journey of self-discovery and development. There will probably be more deviations from the rigid rules of the family in the future as the Duggar kids continue to forge their own identities, signaling a move toward more autonomy and uniqueness. One thing is certain, Johannah and Austin are opening the door for a new generation of Duggars to choose their own paths, regardless of whether the family completely accepts this shift or sticks to their traditional beliefs.